Welcome back, Tribe. Have one here from Nastia Swan. Things I learned from dating older, rich men.
Hi, bestie. My name is Nastia Swan, and welcome to my channel. Today, I will tell you everything I've learned from dating much older men. All of my relationships were with men that are much older than me. With some of them, I don't even live that long. That's our age gap. You can tell me anything you want. You can judge me. You can call me a sugar baby. I literally don't care. I'm making this video because I genuinely want to tell you what it's like.
Why is the first comment from her says, love me or hate me, I still do me? Why do you have to cope with your decisions? You don't have to reinforce what you do to everybody else. Just tell your experiences. Obviously, it bothers you. Obviously, you prepared mentally, prepped for the comments and the hate and the opinions of other people. That you got to signal that you don't care, so don't bother because you care. Okay. Well,
like and what to
start it off
if
right.
You are liking an older guy, if you're looking for an older guy. I've been there multiple times and I've learned my lessons. And the craziest thing is that all these times, it's the same thing. It's the same lessons, the same problems. So please stay with me and let me spill you the tea.
And you're the common variable.
Unfortunately,
so who has the issues?
Or fortunately, I've dated a very narcissistic, toxic, and insecure man. Of course, I'm not going to tell things, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? When you see a very young woman who's dating a much older man, you right away think, oh, she's with him for the money. Honey, yes, and for the money as well. It's so messed up in our heads because there's nothing wrong with a man providing a better life to his woman, to a woman next to him. It doesn't matter how old she is. It's just disgusting when it gets purely transactional, which was never my case. I've dated billionaires only. That is my type. No, it just happened that I only dated billionaires. But I'm myself coming from a very good family. I've had everything I wanted my whole life. I never had to survive. I always worked since I was like 15, 16 years old. I always had my own money, but it doesn't change the fact that I always wanted to get the best out of my life and experience it at the highest level. The reason why I always went for older guys is because I was always such a mature girl. Like, I'm 23 years old. Some of you think that I'm 35 or something. I'm 23. And since I was a teenager, I always was more deep, more mature. I've never been interested to hang out with people my age. And I would always look at the guys my age and be like, these are kids. Like, what do you do with them? I would always get so bored with them. I've never been interested in going out and getting fucked up in the clubs. I've never been interested in this drama and insecurity and lack of experience. I always knew what I wanted and who I am, and I knew how I wanted to be treated. And again, unfortunately or fortunately, it's only the older guys who can provide that because they have the most important and precious asset, which is time and experience.
Money.
They went through all of that. They know the rules of the game.
Money.
They know how it works. They know how to...
If it was time and experience, money wouldn't be a problem. You could date a man with plenty of time and experience and the richness of life and in multiple cultures, well-traveled, but he doesn't have a lot of money. Okay.
Treat a woman, they know what to do. But when I was younger, I didn't know the other side of it. I don't know the price that you pay for that. And I had to learn. I had to go through my experiences and learn my lessons. So this is what I've learned. There's two types of men in this world. The ones who look at you as a potential wife and the ones that look at you as a girlfriend who they want to have fun with, just enjoy life and not really care. That is a major difference, okay? And usually very successful, rich, older guys, they've been there.
So far, she's spot on right there. You're either the fun chick or the wife, and a guy will know what potential you are within the first date.
Already had a family, probably been divorced, have kids, and now they just want to have fun and not really be committed. They just want to have fun. That's why they go for younger girls who are pure, who don't have any trauma, who are very light and bubbly and fun. Here's the thing. Guys who are much older, who go for a very young woman, they're usually very insecure. Because when these guys have much younger women next to them, they feel so powerful. They feel so strong. And that's what makes them hide their insecurities and feel better about themselves. You might not see their insecurities in the beginning of the relationship, but you will definitely see them later. And that will affect your relationship. But the most important thing that you have to remember is that
remember, she's talking about an extreme age gap. Some of the men she dated apparently died while being in a relationship. Like, we're not talking the 40-year-old dude with a 26-year-old. We're talking like 60, 70 probably with who knows how old she is. She's what, 23 she said at the beginning? Something like that, however old she is. But yeah, and she's been doing this already. So she's probably been with these older men, again, because she's so mature, from 18 years old, probably dating a 60-year-old dude. So we're talking extreme age gap differences. And in her eyes, it's insecurities and manipulation. But I'm curious to hear her story, and let's see.
It's not your responsibility to heal that guy and to work through his traumas, because that's exactly what's going to traumatize you, my love. You're not a therapist. You take such a huge, heavy role on your shoulders to try to help this guy, to try to heal him, to love him, but you will never be able to heal him.
I'm going to guess this guy, or the guys that she's dated, we're all divorced either once or twice, have multiple kids by their wives, and after losing assets or whatever it is, a nasty divorce, and just seeing their women turn on them, they obviously never want to get married again and hold up that shield, that wall that they've built up, which many men in comments have said after a divorce, never getting married again, never giving a woman my heart, yada, yada. So with this specific man, she may be experiencing this exact thing.
Because it's not your fault, honey. Listen to me. Rich guys, they're so smart. They will test you right away. They will put you in all sorts of situations to test you. How are you going to behave? First, in the beginning, to win you, they will buy you everything you want. They will literally treat you like a princess. They will spoil you with flowers, with anything you want, literally. And they will see how you react. They will see how you accept those presents and gifts and stuff. And that is a very important stage of a relationship, because if you just keep accepting and taking more and more, and God forbid you start asking for things more and more, they're just going to lose interest right away, because that's just make you so cheap. When you come from a place of lack and you want to experience all this abundant, beautiful, rich world, and you start having it in one day and you have everything you want, you can go crazy. And so many girls do. And they just keep being thirsty for gifts and stuff. And that's where men will see if you're a high value woman or not. You know what makes a woman a high value woman? It's an ability to say no to things that are available and yes to the best. Don't let the men buy you. Know your worth. When you just kindly tell him, thank you so much, but I don't need all of that. I'm more interested in you as a person. His jaw will literally drop and he's going to be like, oh my God, I found her. Every other girl.
She's telling you girl game right here. This is like advanced stuff she's teaching women that have absolutely no experience how to retain a man. Unfortunately, we know she's after them for their money, and that's all she cares about, facilitating a life that she could never have on her own, dating dudes that only have money, which happen to be way older than her. This is a learning bit for men, because you're seeing through her eyes the kind of tests men of that caliber put her through, which is true. When you have a career and you have money as a man, you do test the women you talk to. You buy them things, you treat them nice, and you see how they respond. Do they ask for more? Do they pump the brakes on all the gifts? Do they try to buy you stuff back? Do they take more interest in you than the things you can buy for them? It's all like a game. You're feeling them out to see how genuine this person is. Of course, the other side's going to know how to play the fiddle correctly, especially a woman like her. So just pay attention.
Will fall in love with the lifestyle, with the gifts, with the flowers, with the abundance, with everything that he's providing. But all those rich men, all they want inside is a woman who will see them as a person, who will see their heart, who will see who they really are. And that's who they're going to spoil till the rest of their life. Not just for a month, not for a year, till the rest of their life. So in the beginning of the relationship, do not be cheap. I actually want to tell you the story with my ex-boyfriend when we just started dating, and he was staying in one of the best hotel in New York City. And he invited me and we had a lunch, and then he left and he was like, I have a room till tomorrow. If you want, you can stay here, use whatever you want, order wherever you want, go to the spa, treat yourself, do everything you want. It's yours. And I was so happy. I went to the gym, I went to sauna, to the facilities of the hotel, but I didn't use even $1 from his card. I had lunch at this hotel and I paid it myself. Literally, when I left the hotel, his bill was $0. I did it because I kind of knew that it's a test. Like, he's going to see how I'm going to behave when he gave me a green light. And few months in the relationship, he actually talked to me about the situation. He was like, you know what? That was very impressive that you didn't use my card and didn't use my money. And that situation made him respect me even more. Babe, the thing is, you probably will never be able to jump to his level. It's impossible. It's impossible to skip those 20 years of a gap. But you always have to make your own money. You always have to have something that you're passionate about, that you show your man that you're working, that you're grinding, that you're doing something that you're interested in. Because it's so important. If he provides you everything and you just, relax and chill and just follow his lead, he also will lose respect and interest in you very easily.
That's spot on. She nailed it right there. There's a huge difference between women that want to live the trad lifestyle, stay-at-home wives, the crap we're seeing, the stay-at-home trad wife resurgence in conservative social media that's been plastered all over the place today. Those women don't actually do much besides lounging around and cleaning here and there, doing the dishes, maybe making a meal at best. What they're looking for is somebody to bail them out from needing a career, from having any interest or hobbies, from needing to provide for themselves in any way whatsoever. They want to be by the pool, lounging in the sun, having a mojito with a staff to serve them and to do everything traditionally that they would do, like keeping up the home. Then there's the other side of the real traditional women that have their own lives, their own identities, their own boundaries, but do bring value to a man in terms of turning a house into a home. always maintaining their identity by keeping themselves fit, working out, showing that they have discipline, that they're able to chase longer term goals, that they're able to sacrifice for a longer term vision. That's very important in finding somebody. If you get with a chick that's literally just high maintenance, Barbie look, wants to be treated like a princess, but completely useless, can't boil water, that's turning off a guy immediately, and he's just going to move on to the next chick. It's boring. But if you meet a woman that happens to look like the high maintenance chick, is a Barbie as well, but humbled, but has a down-to-earth personality, understands the value between men and women, wants to make sure she doesn't lose herself in the relationship, has her own hobbies and goals that she's after, perhaps starts her own little business off to the side that she can work from home or wherever. Again, because you have money, and her needing a job isn't a necessity in your relationship. In this context specifically, this is going to be completely lost on people earning normal salaries and forced into a dual income household. And for them, it wouldn't fly at all. Well, because you can't survive. But if you happen to be successful, if you happen to make good money and you want your woman to be a stay at home, or you want a traditional life anyways, the last woman you would want to get with is one of these useless bozos that are only good at looking good, but they provide no other value. You know why you lose interest in that? Because she's not going to look good forever. Then you have to constantly trade her in for a new model. So she picked up. That point is completely legit. Now, if you have a woman that's far beyond just looks, learning to do things that are feminine, or like teaching herself how to cook, for example, imagine she takes up a passion on cooking. And it's not just like, oh, I'd love to cook for you, babe. I want to be the best cook. I want to be on like Gordon Ramsay level, and starts to really teach herself and becomes very proficient. And now is like cooking up things with just like looks in the fridge. There's the ingredients I have and makes up a dish. And it turns out to be amazing. That kind of passion and competence is extremely attractive in a partner. And men take notice of this big time.
You know how important it is for a man to see that his woman is doing something. Not just to see that she's expecting him to literally cover her all life, but she's passionate about something. And she's making maybe not as much money, but it's her money. And that was always my case. And that also really helped me whenever we would break up with my boyfriend. Like, I had my own money to survive and to live my life and to stand on my feet and to feed myself, basically, because at this point, you're an adult. Also, always keep your own apartment. I don't care how good his apartment look. I don't care what he's offering you. I mean, unless he's buying you an apartment. If that happens, I mean, good for you. But before you make sure that he's treating you very serious, do not move in with a man. Always have your own place where you feel safe. Always have your own place where you can go, where you guys fight. Do not move in with the successful rich men, because I know how tempting that is. I've experienced that. And now I'm telling you, and we'll repeat that again. Do not move in with a man. Another huge lesson is that all these men, they will literally think that they're responsible to teach you how to live. At the end of the relationship, they're literally going to be like, I gave you life. I taught you everything. Without me, you literally wouldn't survive. Without me, you wouldn't be where you are. Like, that's the things that they love to say. But listen, not only they can teach you so much, which is true, but you also have so much value next to them. Don't think that they only bring something to the table. You bring so much to the table, babe. You're so young and smart. You're a new generation. You have so much to teach him too that he doesn't know. He's old school. He doesn't know anything about the technology, the social media, the cool new jobs opportunities. Like, he's literally out of this world, living in your dad's era. But they usually will make you
Sheesh. Told you that age gap was real. I don't think these guys give a shit about the new technology, the social media, any of that shit that you think you're teaching him. So you lost me here. It has absolutely no value in a guy that is a 100+ millionaire in net worth. He does not give a shit about Instagram and how it works. Hell, I don't think some of them even give a shit about email and how it works. They just use it because it's for business. So that point lost me.
Feel that they are the smartest. They know how to live, and you just have to follow the lead. But you have to remind yourself every single day that you are very valuable.
What she's really trying to say here is don't feel like you're worthless, even though this guy's basically doing absolutely everything. You're only here because your youth and your beauty puts a spring in his step. That's what it is. Just accept that you're young and you're beautiful. That's enough value for an older guy that's a 100+ millionaire, whatever it is that you're dating, 8-9 figure dude. It's okay. You could accept that. That's fine. That's literally the entire reason he's with you. Just like literally the entire reason you're with him is for his money. He understands that. He's not an idiot. Again, 20+ year age gap. He knows. You know. We don't have to pretend. Be like, I'm going to teach you how to post a reel on Instagram, babe. You're going to love this. It's a 15-second clip. Ha! Doesn't give a shit. Be young, be beautiful, be fit, be feminine, be nurturing, be kind, smile, be his piece. Do that. And he'll give you everything and anything you could ever dream of.
You're very important in their relationship. And if they don't see that, you have to show your boundaries. And whenever they disrespect you, or whenever they make you feel less or make you feel sad, you have to show them that you are not happy or hurt. I'm not saying that you have to create drama or argue. You can just politely let your men know that, hey, this hurt me. I will really appreciate that you don't do that to me or don't treat me this way, and you explain why. This is so important. If you just accept their behavior, they will just push the boundaries and they will treat you worse and worse and
Good
worse.
advice.
Unfortunately, that's how human beings are, and that is very fucked up, but it's so true.
Works
If you
for both.
create boundaries, that will make the men respect you even more. And the last lesson that I want to share with you is, I don't care about your relationship with your family, with your parents. Never, ever, ever talk badly about your side of your family to your man, because you will see that will affect you so much when you guys fight. You might not have perfect relationship with your mom, with your dad. Do not go to your man and don't tell him bad things about your family. Never, ever, ever do that, because when you guys fight, he will use that against you. He might. I'm not saying he will. He might use that against you. And whenever you share those bad things about your family to your man, he automatically will not respect your parents, and your parents are the most important, valuable people that have to be in the eyes of your men. Please listen to me again. You don't have to have perfect relationships with your family, but that is your relationship with your family.
That's just good advice for everybody in general. Don't talk bad about your family to your partner, and don't talk bad about your partner to your friends. And this one goes especially for women, because once you lambast your man in front of your friends and you constantly do it and only bring up the negative things, they're going to look at him as a piece of shit. They're going to look at him as a terrible fit for you. Even when he starts doing good things, even when you guys make up, you may have just had a boil over moment from an argument of something you guys didn't communicate about, whatever it is. But he's public enemy number one in all your friends' eyes. So when you really fall for this guy and the relationship gets serious and you're spending more and more time, and every time now you see your friends and you want to say good things, all that's in their head is the bad things he's done. They have a highlight reel of all the times he's hurt you, all the arguments you've got into, all the frustrations you've had, and they'll constantly bring that up over and over again. It's going to drive a wedge in your relationship, and it's going to end it eventually. Because who are you going to pick, your friends or the man? And we know what choice you're going to make there. In general, the advice was good. It may hurt some feelings, but that advice goes for both ways. And then the comment says here, you want them for their money, they want you for your youth. That's all anyone needs to know. They won't be interested in you when you're 43. That's the brutal truth. The highest level of escort is when you keep her from realizing she's an escort and thinking she's a girlfriend. Brutal. I will leave the following quote from Dostoevsky. Your worst sin is that you've destroyed and betrayed yourself for nothing. Toxic, insecure, narcissist. Every man in this woman's past is one of those three things, she claims. Yet the common denominator in all those relationships is her. Every coin has two sides. Every story has two versions. Exactly. Imagine you brought up all the men she's dated, and just to give you their side of the story on how the relationship ended and how she was as a partner. Yeah. Accountability is kryptonite. Remember that. Let me know what you guys think. We'll see you on the next one.